Hi, I'm Johanna Hirsch, Words of Torah. This week we are studying the portion that is called Shoftim, the Hebrew word for judges. And in fact, the portion begins, Shoftim v'shotrim, judges and officers, policemen, shall you appoint in your communities. The portion is about creating a justice system in which bias and favor are reduced. Very interestingly, we learn in this portion that people who are appointed as judges need to demonstrate with their reputation, with their behavior, a proclivity of not favoring either the rich or the poor. They need to really be focused with what's fair, what's right, what's just, which brings us to one of the most important verses in this week's portion and one of the most well-known verses in the Torah, Tzedek, Tzedek tirdof. Justice, justice shall ye pursue, is how I learned the verse in a classical Reform congregation. Tzedek, tzedek tirdof. Let's first notice that tzedek is really better translated as righteousness than it is justice. Mishpat is justice in the sense of how we use the word in English. In Hebrew, the word would be mishpat. Tzedek is righteousness, right? A tzaddik is somebody who can weigh the facts and the situations and the assumptions and different needs and arrive at a situation that is as win-win as possible. Of course, there always has to be accountability for wrongdoing. Right? Tzedek, tzedek tirdof. Justice, justice, righteousness, righteousness shall you pursue. Modern Musar teaching, which is what we've been studying recently in Temple Bet Tikva in our Chevruta, our weekly study group, suggests that tzedek is repeated twice in this verse. Well, they don't suggest that. Tzedek is repeated twice. And the rabbis very early on said that if you had such repetition in Torah, of course, there's meaning to that repetition. So look a little deeper. So tzedek, tzedek, already with the repetition, we know we have to look closer. There's something to be said here. And the Musar rabbis suggest to us that one tzedek is explicit righteousness, which means weighing evidence, weighing witness corroboration and testimony and the validity of that testimony. And on the other hand, the second tzedek is about implicit bias. It's about things that we're not aware of unless we focus on them. For instance, the judge also, and we in our practice day to day making decisions, right, can look inward at our responses to situations that we say, that's fair, that's not fair, right? To look in deeper at that response and see what that response is pointing to in our own assumptions and experience of the world, and evaluate if that response matches the situation on the ground, right? So implicit, explicit righteousness, right? So the explicit righteousness is measurement of my behavior against a standard as to what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. Implicit righteousness is why do I respond this way? Why do I feel secure in this environment and insecure in that environment? What am I responding to? Right? A deep inner curiosity. What I find fascinating is that this inner curiosity of the Musar teachers is very fitting for where we are in Western liberal democracies, acknowledging privilege, not in the sense that it should be followed with shame, but rather with recognition and greater awareness of power and opportunity, and where we might, in a one-on-one individual relationship, even some of the field, the ground. Implicit, explicit. I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.